Hello everyone. In this video I am going to explain you two more important terms, abstract class and interface, in context of inheritance in Java. First we will talk about abstract methods. A method without body, that means without implementation, is known as abstract method. A method must always be declared in an abstract class, or in other words you can say that if a class has an abstract method, it should be declared abstract as well. We can see one example. So to declare a method as abstract method, we have to use one keyword, that is abstract. So you can see public abstract int my method int n1 comma n2. So this method we have taken as an abstract method. Now an abstract class is a class that simply represents a concept without implementation. Abstract class cannot be instantiated. That means for abstract class we can't create objects, but they can be inherited. When an abstract class is inherited, the subclass usually provides implementations for all of the abstract methods in its parent class. However, if it does not, then the subclass must also be declared as abstract class. To declare a class as an abstract class, we have to use keyword abstract. So like here you can see public abstract class shape. So this class shape we have taken as an abstract class. Now the class is having one instance variable pi, which we have initialized with 3.14, and one abstract method, public abstract void area. Okay, now we will see how a derived class inherits and implement details of an abstract class. You can see we have taken one class circle that extends shape. This circle class has one instance variable red for radius, and parameters constructor you can see that is initializing this red with the value r. Now this class is going to implement the function area of class shape. So we will define only. So here you can see public void area, then double ar equals to pi, that is the variable of that class shape, into radius pi r square, you all know this thing, and then we can display the area of circle. So this is the simply implementation of that function area into its derived class. Now we will talk about interface. An interface is a concept to control full abstraction. It contains public, static and final data members. That means every variable which we taken inside interface, that is by default constant with specifier public. When we don't specify, so Java is having this facility, it will take it as automatically static and final, and public and abstract methods. So all methods will be taken as abstract and public by default inside an interface. So we can see one interface we are going to declare. So in place of class keyword, now we are using interface keyword. So interface shape, so we are having this interface and we are writing double pi equals to 3.14. Now here we are not using final static, but as I told you, Java is having this facility, this is automatically will be assumed as final static. So you can write explicitly or you can skip, but it will be taken as final static always. Then we have taken one method, public abstract void area. Implementation of interface. A class that implements an interface adheres to the protocol defined by that interface and has to implement all the methods declared in the interface. That means any class that inherits interface, then it has to implement all the methods. We can skip the methods of interface if we take that derived class as an abstract class. But if the class is a concrete class, then it has to implement all the methods. The keyword implements. To access the interface methods, the interface must be implemented by another class with the implements keyword instead of extends. So we can extend a class, but we can implement an interface. Here we see the example how the class will inherit an interface. we have taken that class circle and that implements shape. Now the instance variable for circle is r. We have taken one input method, void input, and that is giving value to r with the help of assignment operator. Then this is the method of interface shape public void area, and we are displaying the result y square. Why and when to use interfaces? First thing, to achieve security, hide certain details and only show the important details of an object. Okay, as we know, abstraction means what? Just showing essential features without going to background details. So for this purpose we use interfaces. And second important feature is that Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. That means a class can only inherit from one superclass. So however, it can be achieved with interfaces because a class can implement multiple interfaces. So to implement multiple interfaces, we have to separate them with a comma. Now we have to keep some points in our mind while solving problems based on interface. First, like abstract classes, interfaces cannot be used to create objects. Interface methods do not have a body. The body is provided by the class which implements it. On implementation of an interface, you must override all of its methods. Interface methods are by default abstract and public. Interface attributes are by default public, static, and final. The class which implements an interface must define all of its abstract methods with public access specifier. In case of abstract class, it is optional that you can skip this specifier. But in case of interface, when you are going to implement method of interface, then you must use this public specifier. Then a class can extend another class but implements an interface. So with superclass we use extends keyword, but in case of interface it will inherit interface with the help of implements. Interface extends another interface. So when an interface inherits another interface, then we can use keyword extends. A class can implement more than one interfaces but can extend only one class. Okay, so multiple inheritance is not allowed for the classes, but it is allowed with interfaces. If a class inherits both class and interface, then it must extend the base class before implementing an interface. That means the keyword extends should appear first, then followed by the keyword implements. We can see one example. Class sub extends base. Okay, so the superclass is the base class. After this, with some space, okay, no need to use any comma separator, we should write implements. Then you can see this class is inheriting two interfaces, interface 1 comma interface 2. Okay, so in this way the class will inherit a class and two interfaces. So extend should appear before implements. An interface cannot contain a constructor as it cannot be used to create objects. To understand it in better way, we have taken one example here. An interface data is defined with a data member and a method volume which returns the volume of the implementing shape. A superclass base has been defined to contain the radius of a geometrical shape. Define a subclass calvol which uses the properties of the interface data and the class base and calculates the volume of a cylinder. The details of the members of the interface and both the classes are given as So student, as you can see the language of question that is asking only to define the class calvol. You can see at bottom also, assume that the interface data and the superclass base has been defined. Using the concept of interface inheritance, specify the class calvol giving the details of the constructor, then double vol and void show. The interface, superclass, main function and algorithm need not to be written. But for better understanding, just I am going to explain you the entire code. Otherwise in examination you will define only the calvol class. Okay. So first we will talk about interface. According to this, you can see interface name is data. So you will write like public interface data. Then it has instance member double pi and which is initialized with 3.142. So we have written like this, final double pi equals to 3.142. Then one abstract method is there, double volume. So you can write abstract double volume. Okay, so this is the definition for the given interface. Now we'll see the superclass definition. Class name is base. So we will write class base. Then instance variable is red to store the radius in decimal. So the data type will be double. So we are writing double red. Then parameterized constructor is there, which is used to initialize the data member, that means the radius. So we have taken one argument double r, and with the help of this we are assigning the value of r to radius instance variable. Then the function void show display the radius with an appropriate message. So you can see we are displaying radius equals to red. So this is the definition of this superclass base. Now at last, class name is calvol, which is going to inherit both interface and the class base. So we have to write like this, public class calvol. First we write extends base, then followed by implements data. Then this class is having one instance variable ht to store the height in decimal. Then parameterized constructor. So we all know that when the derived class is going to define its parameterized constructor, and if the base class is having parameterized constructor also, then it must define that constructor of base class also. Okay, so we are taking two parameters. Double x is for the base class variable red, and y we are taking for this ht. So first we need to invoke the parameterized constructor of its base class. So we should write super. So super x we are writing to invoke base class constructor. Then we can initialize this ht with the help of y. So this is the definition of parameterized constructor of its derived class. Then next function is double volume. Calculates the volume of sphere by using formula pi r square h. Mistakenly it is written as sphere, actually it is cylinder. So we will calculate this volume, public double volume. You can see we have written public double volume. If you write only double volume, then you will get error, because this volume we have to take with public specifier. So we are returning pi r square h. Okay, so now the last function of this class calvol, that is the function show. As you can see, this function is having the same name as of the base class function show. So to unveil the base class function, we can use the keyword super. So you can see the very first statement, that is super.show, which will invoke the base class function to print the radius of this cylinder. Now next statement is double v equals to volume. So we are invoking this function volume, and that will return the volume of the cylinder and will assign it to the variable v. Then we can display height of cylinder with ht and volume of the cylinder that is stored in the variable v. So this is the function show for this class calvol. Now main function for the execution purpose only. So we are writing public static void main and we are taking two arguments using BlueGen method R and H to assign radius and height. Then we are creating one object for class calvol and we are invoking function ob.show. At last I am just telling you again this thing कि in question it is asking only to define class calvol. Okay, I had explained you entire program with execution means including main function only for better understanding. I hope this thing is clear to you. If the question comes in exam, just read the language carefully of the question. So you need to define only the derived class because the question is carrying only 5 marks. Thank you.